Hi guys, Dazzie here with another episode of my showcase series. This time it is episode 22. And today I'm going to be showcasing the Detective Comics key issues in my personal collection. I've amassed quite a few, mainly from volume 1, a couple from volume 2. We start with the earliest issues and work our way through. I hope you enjoy the show, starting with one of my favourite issues in my collection actually. This is Detective Comics issue 300 and the colours are gorgeous on this cover. It is all about this guy here, guys. Yeah, you probably recognised him. This is the first appearance of the Polka Dot Man, Abner Krill. He was going to be making an appearance on screen in James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie. Excited to see the character. This issue also has the last Aquaman backup story in Detective Comics before it moves on to the world's finest, and that starts with issue 125. Full of interesting information. But like I say, pick this one up from Germany and I paid £24.44 for this, which is a steal for this early detective issue. And I've regularly seen this book go for 3 figures. And I reckon it is about a 3.5 to a 4.0, but I am very harsh with my grading. It's probably a lot higher. I've always said when it comes to big key issues, I'm not shy when it comes to a nice silver or bronze age key if it is at the right price. And this was definitely the right price. It's a character I've enjoyed in one of my favourite storylines, which was Villains United. This is Detective Comics issue 311, coverless. But I only ended up paying £2.60 for this, the first appearance of Catman. Yeah, it was a character in my encyclopedia. I'm not going to pay 80 quid for a copy, and that's what they normally kind of go for this issue. But the first appearance and origin of Catman, who was Thomas Rhys Blake. Picked that one up last year. Moving on, we have Detective Comics issue 351, and look at those purples. That is gorgeous again. Can't beat the artwork on old silver and bronze age books. Silver in particular for me. This is the first appearance of Clue Master, and he is Arthur Brown. And I think he appeared in Batman Brave and the Bold, if I'm not mistaken, the animated show. But this is, I paid £11.90 for that one. Look at that. Stunning cover. Up next, found this one at a car boot. It's low grade, but only ended up paying 3 quid for it. And it's a pretty decent key, I think. Undervalued. Detective Comics issue 371. Believe it or not, this is the first appearance of the Batmobile from the original Batman TV show from Adam West. And I love this cover. Batgirl, get over here. Help us. We've got a problem. I have a bigger one. I've got to run in my tights. You don't get better than that, do you? Can you imagine seeing that on screen? You'd be rolling, wouldn't you? But like I say, 3 quid for that at a car boot here in Gloucester. Another low grade book, but it is a big, big key. This is Detective Comics issue 400. We all know the book, guys. It's a lovely cover, isn't it? This is the first appearance of this guy. That is Man-Bat, who is Robert Kirkland Langstrom. It is also his origin in this issue. It's also the first Batgirl and Robin team up. Obviously an anniversary issue. You can see the damage we've got here, guys. But like I say, £11.45 for the first Man-Bat. Yeah, why not? Once I cleaned it up, it was okay. Up next, another big key is Detective Comics issue 411. And this is the first appearance of Talia Head, better known as Talia al Ghul, the daughter, of course, of Ra's al Ghul. And she appeared on screen in the Dark Knight Rises movie, then into the Arrowverse on Legends of Tomorrow and the Arrow TV show, which I'm a big fan of. Like I say, I got this for free. It was a gift from the wife. She gave me a few quid to spend on eBay, and I ended up paying £27.90 for the copy. And that was in December of 2019. I reckon it's about a 4.0. Up next, I'll probably never own the first appearance of Clayface, but I'm a big fan of the character. I've had to settle for the third Clayface in Detective Comics issue 478. And this is the first appearance, like I said, of the third Clayface, who is Preston Payne. I paid £7.50 for that. But again, this is a book that can go for 30 plus. And that was at the Birmingham Comic Con in 2017. Of course, Clayface has appeared in live action, I think both in Gotham and the Birds of Prey live action show, which I own. That's hard to get hold of. I'm a fan of it. I don't know why. It's pretty poor. But I did meet the girl who played the Oracle in that. She was also in the Starship Troopers and the Soul. I can't even think of her name. Got a photo of me and my daughter and my son with her. Up next is Detective Comics issue 501. And this is the first appearance of Julia Remarque, aka Julia Pennyworth, the daughter of Alfred and Mademoiselle Marie. And talking of Alfred Pennyworth, I'm about to watch the Pennyworth live action show, which is a prequel show of sorts. And I think that's on Amazon Prime, so I'm looking forward to that. But I ended up paying £4.54 for this copy on eBay in November of last year. And Julia Pennyworth is in the Batwoman TV show at the moment. Up next, I had to pick up this key. I probably overpaid for it, but is Detective Comics issue 521. It's the first appearance of High Tech, but the reason I picked this up, when I first started collecting, I was going through all the Green Arrow key issues, and this was one because this is the first Green Arrow backup story in Detective Comics. Like I said, paid £10 for that. And that was in Orbital Comics in London. I bought that one. That was a long time ago. That was in 2016, one of the first books I picked up. This is a nice issue, a key issue. Detective Comics issue 523. Now the debate goes, is this the first appearance of Killer Croc? Well, this issue actually was published 1 month before Batman issue 357. So I would guess it is the first appearance of Killer Croc, who is Waylon Jones. He appeared in the Suicide Squad movie, which was pretty bang average to be fair. But I paid £13 for this in the Gloucester Con in 2017, which was a good price, I thought. Up next, Detective Comics issue 546. Paid $2.50 for this in Birmingham. This was the first appearance of Onyx Adams. Onyx. Then we have a key issue just from the cover. We all know it, guys. It's pretty mid-grade, this copy, but I only paid £3.50 for it. This is Detective Comics issue 583. An undervalued book, in my opinion. The first appearance of Scarface and the Ventriloquist. And that is Arnold Wesker. So, like I say, a good issue. That was made by John Wagner, and I have met John Wagner. Talking of John Wagner, this is Detective Comics issue 585, and this is another one. We know the book, guys. This is the first appearance of the Ratcatcher, Otis Flanagan. Ratcatcher is coming into the Suicide Squad movie, but it's going to be a female version. This is actually signed by John Wagner. And there's my photo with the man himself. That was taken at the Leamington Comic Con. Met Al Ewing there, actually, and he signed 28 books for me that day. But a good issue. I paid £1 for that. Looking forward to seeing Ratcatcher. Another book I think is slightly undervalued is Detective Comics issue 599. What's key about it? Well, this is the first appearance of a character called Henry Ducard. And Henry Ducard was an alias used in the Batman Begins movie. I think it was used by Ra's al Ghul, wasn't it? Next, this is Detective Comics issue 608. And this is the first appearance of Anarchy, Lonnie Mackian. And he appeared in the Arrow TV show. Big fan of the Arrow show. Am I right in thinking he's the Joker's son as well? But I'm not sure if Anarchy's appeared in Gotham as well. That's paid £1 for that one. And £1 for this one, the second appearance of Anarchy. One of the first detective books I actually picked up was Detective Comics issue 626. This is the first unidentified appearance of the Electrocutioner, a character that appeared in the Gotham TV show. £1 for that. This book can garner some coin. This is Detective Comics issue 647. We all know the issue. It's the first appearance of Spoiler, Stephanie Brown. I ended up paying 10 quid for this, which probably was about the going price at the time when I bought it in 2017. I've since picked up a couple of copies and flipped them for good money. Bought that in the Antique Centre. Up next we have issue 685. The reason I picked this one up, this was a character in my DC Encyclopedia. I've spoke about it before. I'd like to tick off as many as I can. This is the first appearance of the Silver Monkey. Picked this up in Cirencester for £2.50. Planet All Stars. Another signed book here. This is Detective Comics issue 691. And the first appearance of the third Spellbinder, who is Faye Moffat. This is signed by the penciler Staz Johnson here. Again, there's a photo in the back, but you can't see my ugly mug on that one. I'd like to get photos with the artists and writers. You know, if you ever decide to get them graded, it's nice to have. Look back on. I've got a good photo with Al Ewing. Up next, we have Detective Comics issue 735. Again, an undervalued book, I think. This is the first appearance of Mercy Graves in continuity. Of course, she appeared in the Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice movie, and more recently, Supergirl. Paid £1.38 for that copy. I do have the first appearance of Mercy Graves. I think that's in a Batman Adventures issue. Or is it Superman Adventures issue. Sorry, apologies. Up next, we have issue 743. And this is the first appearance of Whisper Adair, a loyal agent in the employ of Ra's al Ghul. And the reason I picked this one up, this is because Whisper Adair is appearing in season 2 of the Batwoman TV show. It's also the first appearance of Kyle Abbott, Whisper's bodyguard, who is also a shapeshifter. Paid £3.29 for that, and that was in back in 2020. I like my cheap live action appearances. I'm a sucker for it. Up next, we've got issue... This is issue 751. And this is the first appearance of Sacha Bordeaux, another character in my encyclopedia. £2.33 for that off eBay. This one's undervalued in my opinion. This is issue 783. And this is the first appearance of Nissa Ratke, aka the Nissa Al Ghul, the daughter of Ra's al Ghul. She appeared in the Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow shows on Arrowverse and the Gotham TV show. Paying £6.68 for that. Again, it's an issue I found a couple of copies of and flipped for good money. Up next, we've got issue 827. Big jump up now. This is the first appearance of the second ventriloquist, who is Peyton Riley. Got that for free. That was one of the... Right at the start of my collecting, I was given a nice lot of books from my boss at work. Next, we've got issue 823. Sorry, I'm going back a book. This is the first appearance and origin of Harvest. I went to Scotland and to see the Edinburgh Comedy Festival. Last time it was allowed. And a great time there. Found a comic shop while I was there and didn't have long enough. But I did manage to pick up this issue. This is Detective Comics 850, paid £3.60 for it. This is the first team-up of Catwoman, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, who later would form the Gotham City Sirens. People seem to think this is the first appearance of the Gotham City Sirens. I'm not so sure. I don't think it is. That was a shop called Dead Hand Comics in Scotland. Up next, another nice key is Detective Comics 854. This is the first appearance of Alice, who is Elizabeth Kane. I enjoyed the character actually, more than actually Ruby Rose's Batwoman on the Batwoman TV show. So it's the first appearance of Colonel Kane, Jake Kane, Batwoman's dad from the Batwoman TV show. Paid £5.97 for that. That was really hot at one point. And this was a nice little AOK from my good friend Lyric Magic Moments. This is the Dollar Comics Batwoman Detective Comics 854. If I ever meet some of the Batwoman cast, I might get this issue signed. This is reprinting the first chapter of Batwoman's epic clash with the religion of crime. We skip on now to Detective Comics 983. And this is the first appearance of Karma. This book was quite hot for a while. Paid cover price for that, $2.75 at the time. Then 984, and this is the first full appearance of Karma, who was Fleet Delmar. £2 for that one. Issue 1001, I've got a few copies of this one. This is the first full appearance of the Arkham Knight in continuity. Cover price for that, $3.60. Final issue from the first volume is Detective Comics issue 1003. And the identity of the Arkham Knight is revealed as Astrid Arkham. I think I made a hot comic book alert about this once. $3.60 for that. And a few books from the volume 2. Detective Comics issue number 1 from volume 2. And this is the first cameo appearance of the Dollmaker, who was Barton Mathis. And he appeared on the Arrow TV show. Paid £2 for this. Issue 6 is the first appearance of Mr. Toxic and the Hypnotic. Paid £5 for that. Wow, that's a lot of money. The Leamington Con. It was tough going there, trust me. And my final issue, guys, is Batman Detective Comics issue 13. And this is the first appearance of the Emperor Penguin, who is Ignatius Ogilvy. Wow, I can't even say it. But that's a lovely cover to finish up with, guys, from Penguin. That's it. That's a wrap. A lot of good keys there, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching. Please, I'm going to leave a link to my showcase playlist. Check it out. And ding that bell for notifications. I put out content most days. Bye.